One evening, Michael, a successful businessman, was driving his luxury car through the city when he noticed a frail man sitting hunched on the sidewalk. His head was bowed and his clothes were tattered. Something about him seemed familiar. Curious, Michael slowed down and looked closer. His heart skipped a beat. It was David, his childhood best friend. Shocked and overwhelmed, Michael immediately pulled over. Stepping out of his car, he rushed toward David. "David, is that really you?" he asked, his voice filled with both joy and concern. David looked up, his face lined with hardship. His eyes flickered with recognition, then quickly dropped in shame. "Michael, it's been a long time," he murmured. Michael sat down beside him on the pavement, ignoring the curious glances of passers-by. "What happened, my friend?" he asked softly. "We used to dream big together. We had the same opportunities. How did life bring you here?" David sighed deeply. "Life just didn't go the way I thought it would. One failure led to another. I lost everything, my job, my home, my confidence. And now, this is all that's left." Michael listened intently, his heart heavy. He couldn't let his friend continue like this. Without hesitation, he took out his checkbook and wrote down a significant amount, enough to give David a fresh start. Handing it to him, Michael said, "Take this. Use it to rebuild your life. I know you're capable of more. I believe in you." David stared at the check, his hands trembling. It was more money than he'd seen in years. Gratitude welled up in his eyes. But so did something else. Fear. "Thank you, Michael," he whispered. "I don't know how to repay you." Michael smiled. "You don't have to. Just promise me one thing. Use this chance wisely. This is your fresh start." With that, he patted David's shoulder and got back into his car, leaving with the hope that his friend would turn his life around. The next morning, David walked to the bank, gripping the check tightly. He stood outside the grand doors, staring at them for a long time. His heart pounded. "Will they even believe someone like me has this much money?" he thought. "I'm dressed in rags. They'll think I stole it. What if they laugh at me? What if they call security?" Doubt and fear consumed him. He hesitated, took a step forward, then stopped. The longer he stood there, the smaller he felt. Finally, with a heavy heart, David made a heartbreaking decision. He tore the check into tiny pieces and let the wind scatter them. Then, with slumped shoulders, he turned away and returned to the same street corner where Michael had found him. The following day, Michael drove down the same road, eager to see how David had used the money. He expected to see his friend looking different, maybe in new clothes with hope in his eyes. But instead, he was stunned to find David still begging, sitting in the same place. Confused and frustrated, Michael pulled over again. Walking up to David, he demanded, "Why are you still here? What happened to the check I gave you?" David looked up, his eyes filled with tears. His voice was barely a whisper. "I was afraid, Michael. I thought the bank wouldn't believe me. I thought they would see me as just a beggar. I didn't even try." Michael exhaled deeply, shaking his head. "David, the bank wasn't looking at you. It wasn't about your clothes or your situation. That check was valid because of my signature, not your appearance. You had everything you needed to change your life, but fear held you back." David lowered his head, the weight of regret pressing on his shoulders. The opportunity had been in his hands, yet he had let it slip away. Moral of the story: fear and self-doubt are often greater barriers than actual obstacles. The world does not judge you by your past or circumstances as much as you judge yourself. The biggest opportunities in life don't just require skill or luck. They require courage to take the first step. If you never believe in yourself, no opportunity will ever be enough. When life offers you a chance, take it with confidence. Because sometimes your success isn't about who you are now, but about the faith that others have in you. If you find value in this story, comment, "I choose courage," and share it with your friends. Stay blessed.